What's going on, guys? Oh my god, it's been such a long day. I don't even know what time it is right now. I think it's like 2-3 p.m. and I'm just recording my day. It's been I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be to record every single day. Like, I can't believe I committed to this. Like, I am getting completely overwhelmed to a certain degree. Like, I already got a lot going on, and what better than to give myself more work to do, more things to do. Like, I'm just like I don't want to say I'm at my tipping point. I'm not at my tipping point, but I'm starting to start that beginning phase of like, okay, this might be a little bit too much going on. Like, there's a lot already going on with the company. Again, being a single dad, I feel like I've said this already so many times because I've been recording so much and it's only been 3 days, but you guys pretty much already know my life. And then I have shot a lot of content in the past. I've done this for years. I think I started like 3-4 years ago, but a lot of my content was very scripted. I would show up to a studio, I would have a videographer, I was paying them, and I would just shoot all that. And then I had somebody creating the scripts, and I would just read the scripts line by line by line. Like, it was super simple, systematic. But again, I just didn't feel like it was organic enough. I just felt like, I don't know, I just didn't feel right for me. And so like, this is a little bit, there is definitely some structure, but it's a lot more organic. So like, trying to rebuild that system, or trying to follow some type of system, I guess. And then I think honestly, just trying to create even some of a system. Like, you still need a system. Like, it's kind of what I was talking about yesterday. It's like, everything that you do, it needs to have a system. Honestly, I think when you're living, and this is not to offend anybody, but like, I don't know what word to use, like an average, normal life, or just not anything that's like really high intense or like just a lot going on. Like, you don't really need a system, honestly. Like, if you're just, living a 9 to 5, and then you say even you got married, you got kids, and you just do go home and hang out, like, pretty basic system. Like, okay, I take that back. You still need a system, but it's a very basic system, right? And that's one of the things that I've really had to take a look at in my life as an entrepreneur. It's like, everything has to be systemized. Everything has to be dialed in. Everything has to be on point. And, the average person doesn't really have to do much of that. Like, you do it to a certain degree because that's really all you need. But it's just like, it's looking at machinery, right? Looking at tools. Like, when something's a lot simpler, like the system of using a screwdriver and a screw, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's a 2-step process, right? But if you're going to build a screw, what is the machines called? A drill. I'm thinking about the drill because my kids are right now playing with like this plastic plate drill. That requires a lot more systems. It does the exact same thing, but it has a way higher output, right? And that's the thing that we get to look at in our lives. It's like, what are we creating in our lives right now? What is it that we're trying to create? And when we're trying to create a lot more outputs than the average person, then you have to create systems that are going to help you perform more efficiently and more effectively to be able to create more outputs, right? And it's like, it's a very simple process, or thought process, you would think, but like, as I've gotten to this point, like, I get overwhelmed sometimes. I'm like, okay, there's clearly always like things to do. And so, even right now with, again, recording content again for the first time in a couple of years, like, having to do this for every day, like, it is... This is a good point. Now hear me out. I have told people so many times, I was like, you know what? If Elon Musk can run $8 billion companies, then why can't I make $10 million every single year? Like, just think about that. Like, this guy is worth almost $1 trillion. And this is not about whether you like Elon Musk or not. It doesn't fucking matter. The point that you cannot deny, regardless of who you are, is that he performs at a very, very high, efficient output level. Right? Why? It's because he has inputs that create multiple outputs, right? So his SOPs are very, very efficient in his personal life, which is in every single business. Like, the way everything's systematic, like, it has to be on point. And so like, now that I'm recording every single day, like, I think the overwhelmingness is coming from like, what am I going to record? How do I record? And so like, these last probably 3-4 days, I've had to like dive straight into recording, like dive into like really get it down. I started shooting short form content, and you can look at it on my personal Instagram page. I have 2 personal Instagram pages that you can see stuff that I've been posting there, but I was kind of inconsistent with that. Like, I would post a video a day, then 2 a day, then I would skip 5 days. And I started doing this a month ago because I knew I had to like restart this. And so that's when I decided today. So I was like, well, what if I just record every single day? Like, if I record a vlog every single day about what I am trying to create in my life, like, it's gonna force me. And this has been forcing me to be so intentional. Like I'm like laughing because I was panicking a little bit earlier today. Like I was, upstairs with the kids right now. And by the way, I have a gym here where I live. So like literally the kids are like a minute away. And so I call them every 5 minutes. I have a second phone there. They're playing right now with this electrical thing that I mentioned to you guys. It's like a toy thing. But I was getting overwhelmed because, the youngest one always wants to do everything and anything and is always grabbing my attention for everything. Then the 4-year-old wants attention when it comes to love, and which is not against that or not saying anything about that, right? But it's like they require a lot of attention. Like the 8-year-old is a little bit easier, right? Like you start noticing how the kids just at that age, like they obviously they can think more for themselves. They can think about different things to do. They can play, they can color, they can write, they can read, they can watch a little bit of TV. They can literally do everything and anything on their own, and you can tell them and they'll do it. But to a 4-year-old, like it's still a lot. So like me trying to record right now, like was just, I just could not get a moment. And I spent probably 3-4 hours today researching more stuff about how to really start blogging better, because I've never really done this. Like this is one thing I have not done is blogging. So like you literally have to catch every single angle, be intentional what you're gonna talk about, have an idea at least of what you're gonna talk about. And so like having to be conscious every single minute of the day of like, should I record this? Should I not record this? Should I set up my tripod here? What should I talk about? What am I talking about today? Like, am I gonna be able to work today? What am I gonna talk about work today? Like, you guys can probably just tell like my madness right now of like, yeah, I was going a little mad earlier today, honestly, but here we are now. That's what my day is like so far today, honestly. So it's, again, I don't even know what time it is, 2 or 3 p.m. And I'm barely gonna get a run in. Hoping to do 5 to 6 miles right now. And I did get a run in last night as well, like around 6 p.m. I never ever work out that late anymore, like at 6 p.m. It's way too late because I go to sleep between 8:30 and 9:30. And then even right now, 2 p.m. sometimes, but I've noticed I'm the most productive when I work out right away in the morning. And the funny thing is, this last week, I have not been working out first thing in the morning, partly because I've had the kids for about a week because their mom is out of town. And then 2, because I'm trying to record everything and I'm like, you know what, maybe this is not the best thing. I'm not even sure still right now because now I'm realizing like it's not, I think you just gotta build a rhythm. And look, I'm already rambling, honestly, but I'm gonna say this one final thought. Like, if you guys are trying to build anything or become somebody, it doesn't matter what, like it really does not matter. It's gonna take time, but it's gonna be how much intentional time you're putting into something, right? It's those inputs we're talking about. Like the inputs can be the variation of things that you're doing, could be the time that you're putting into something, could be the time that you're putting into something specific, the time that you're putting into understanding how something works. I'm reading this book called, so the book I'm reading is called The Almanac of Roald Ravikant. I think that's how you pronounce the book. But this guy is basically talking about, basically what I'm saying in a sense of like the amount of inputs that you're inputting into your life, like the inputs come from you, right? It's like, for example, you go to the gym, you eat healthy, you sleep 8 hours a day, right? Those are the inputs that you're making in terms of becoming healthier. But the outputs that you get from that is that you have better cardiovascular conditioning, you have more muscular development, better skeletal development. You might actually live longer, you'll be more focused, you'll have more energy, like, right? I just threw out 3 inputs right there and you're getting like 6 outputs. I don't know, that was 5 or 6. So like the amount of inputs that you're inputting in anything that you're doing in your life right now are important in the sense that what input can you create that will create multiple outputs so that you can become more efficient and be able to do more in a shorter period of time. What's going on, guys? Just got done with my workout. I only did like 4.5 miles, nothing crazy, but I'm back home right now. Gonna have a post-workout shake, and then made the kids a snack right now. It's a little peanut butter sandwich. And if you guys want to know what the best, dude, I literally dropped this cocoa powder all everywhere on here. But if you guys want to know what the best post-workout shake for your gut, I would say it's this right here, at least for me personally. So just FYI, the reason why I'm having this is because I take my health like super serious. Like I've done all kinds of different tests. And when I say tests, I mean like I've done everything from blood work to stool sample kits, thyroid panels, allergy exams. I've done bacteria exams where they basically check what kind of bacteria your body has and what you're holding, see how if your immune system and your gut is actually performing the way it's supposed to. And the reason why I did this is, the reason why I've become, I guess I would say, so intentional with it is because I got diagnosed with an autoimmune condition called Hashimoto's 8 years ago. And it's been a fucking wild ride, to say the least. Like, it's been very, very rough. And I think for even what I've been able to build in my life, it's made it very, very difficult. And I'm surprised how much I've been able to accomplish, because honestly, sometimes I feel like I was only performing at 50%. And so I've had a lot of ups and downs in terms of like my health, my cognition, my energy in the last 8 years. And there's been moments where I feel really good and there's moments when I don't. Yeah, so it's like really rocked me, and somehow I've been able to do what I've done. So this last year, I was like, you know what? I need to, honestly, I feel like I've performed at 30% capacity in terms of what I've been able to create in my personal life and in business. I would always get frustrated because I was like, dude, how can I perform at a way higher level? Like if I only could, like how much more could I create? So like I was always very stressed about that. And last year I finally just buckled down and I started taking on my health like really hardcore the last really 4 months of the year. And I would say really a big part of like what really got me to finally do differently. And by doing differently, I mean in the sense of like, have you guys ever noticed where you know what to do? Like you know exactly what you should be doing. Like you learn about something, you go out and study, and then you just don't do it. Right? Like almost all of us know how to lose weight, right? Like you eat less food, you work out. It's pretty simple. But yet more than like, I don't know, probably 70-80% of the world like just can't do it, right? At least the ones that know how. And so I struggled with that a lot in many different things. And just like we all do, like we all do that. And eventually it comes to a point where like you really have to figure out like what is having you function or not function the way you want it to. And at least for me, when it came to like my health, I'm like the type of guy, like when I go into a rabbit hole, like I go into the rabbit hole and I will learn everything and anything that I need to learn about that thing to get good at it. Problem is that once I learn it, I don't actually apply it. And so I kept doing that with my health. And the health was like the biggest thing. Like it was affecting every single part of my life. It was affecting my friendships, my business, obviously my health, relationship with my kids, relationship with my partner. Like it was just, it was bad. And I started working a spiritual program last year consistently, and it just completely changed my life because it got me to see why I was doing what I was doing and why I wasn't doing what I wasn't doing. Right? Like really got me to like slow down enough to the point to see my habits and be able to choose differently. And once I started choosing differently, you know, I started applying everything that I had to do when it comes to my health. So based on my health condition and where I'm at today, like I'm at a completely way healthier place today than I was and even 3 years ago. So I think I still got a while to go. I probably got like another at least 6 months, I would say, of continuously eating the way I'm eating. And pretty soon, like I'll be able to eat pretty much whatever I want. And that's honestly part of what messes with me is like, I can't just eat everything. Like I can't just eat anything. I mean, like I can't just go to a restaurant and whatever I want. Like I will literally feel it the next couple of days. Like my energy will dump, my cognition will slow down, and everything will just feel very difficult. So now whenever I have ate here and there in the last month, like it doesn't feel that bad and I recover pretty quickly, but it used to be where it would take me a week to recover. This is another form of input that I'm talking about. It's like the inputs that we're putting in our lives, like what outputs are they going to create, right? And for me, the inputs are what are the foods that I'm eating, right? It's a selection of foods, clean energy foods that are going to give me energy, going to give me focus, they're going to help my body and my gut heal so that I can perform and create 5-10 times more outputs than I normally would because I'll have more energy. And so just to go really quick with it, you know, I use dragon fruit, and then I have these mixed berries. These are all frozen. And I use goat milk instead of regular milk. I'm staying off of dairy a lot. That was one of the things that came out of my blood work. And then even whey protein was one of the other things that came in. So I used to have like 2-3 scoops of this whey protein a day. Not a specific one, but just whey. So I've completely, I'll say 90% cut out whey protein. And then I substituted it for this, which is collagen protein. So this is way healthier for the gut because it has a lot of different peptides that basically help the body and the gut perform better, right? So I think I have something called leaky gut from what the doctors that I'm working with are saying. So this is basically helping me heal the gut lining, and that way I don't get as bad allergic reactions to high stress from foods or anything like that. So I'll have 2 scoops of this. I'll just have 1 scoop of that. Sometimes only half a scoop. Again, the goat milk. Then I add cinnamon in it, and then I add cacao powder. I'm telling you guys, it tastes so good. It's like a chocolate protein shake, but literally tastes like chocolate. I put like 4 servings of this. It's only like 100 calories, so I'm gonna have that. And yeah, I would say today was it was somewhat productive, but it was a little bit of a wild day. I mean, my middle daughter was not feeling her best. I slept 5 hours last night. I didn't get home. I got home like at 10:30 yesterday. Got together with some friends. And then my parents were watching the kids here last night, and I went to sleep at midnight, finished some YouTube stuff, woke up at 5 in the morning like I always do, and I didn't go back to sleep. I stayed up, worked for a few hours. But the thing is, like, I probably worked 4 hours throughout the day from like, I had 2 back-to-back meetings this morning actually. So from like 7:30 to like 2:30 when I want to go work out. That's 6-7 hours. Half that time, like it was with the kids, the other half the time was kind of working. I would say 4 hours was working, 2 hours with the kids, but between those 4 hours that I was kind of working, you can only be so productive, honestly. So yeah, I mean, here we are now, right? It's just one of those things. So I'm gonna finish up the day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.